Okay. So it is about to be the full moon in Leo, and I thought I would do a pick a pile. And so I don't know if you're going to see this part because I just might start, with pile 1 and forget the preamble. Some people like to see the pre-shuffle, some don't. So what I will probably do is timestamp this, okay? And you're going to see me pull all your cards. I'm going to do 3 piles because honestly, they do take a lot of energy, like a lot of energy, and there's other things that I need to tend to. So I want to give you the best here. So I'm going to limit it to, I don't know, either 2 or 3. We'll see. We'll see as I do this, and however I'm guided, that's what I will do. Thank you, God, so much for this moment, for protection. This is a sacred space. I thank you for my time this morning to be by the, okay, it's going to be 3. To be by the water, to spend time with my dog Sage, to have quiet, to be able to reflect, to, I don't want to be there, or just have that time. What? Okay, that's 2. Where do they go? Here. 1 more, please. To have that time just to be quiet, to be in nature, to be still, to ground. This card. I think this pile here is, which deck is going to be the deck that I use for them to choose the picture? I'm feeling this. Okay. So right now I'm going to choose the cards that you're going to use to identify the pile that you want. Okay. As I was saying, God, please only allow the energies and the entities that you want to be present. Please send your agents of enlightenment, understanding, compassion, grace, mercy, truth. Most of all, truth for this new moon in Leo. I believe it's a new moon in Leo. Okay, Google, is today the new moon in Leo? All right. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm gonna check the computer. Sure that it is. Okay, give me 1 moment. New moon and new. What's going on? Why is it doing that? Okay, Sage. Let's minimize that. New moon. What is it doing? Oh, because my thing was on it. New. There we go. Moon in Leo, Feb 2023. What just fell? Oh my gosh, everything is falling. All right. So it's not the new moon in Leo. It's going to be the full moon. Full moon in Leo 2023 is on February 5th. Okay, and it says that the moon will appear full for about 3 days. It's also known as the snow, the storm, or the hunger moon. Okay. please help. The right cards guide the cards that need to come out for this reading. Speak to the viewer, give them the insight, answer their questions, give them confidence and assurance of your presence with them. Oh, that's which one? For some reason, you're getting two. All right. Okay. Let's put that there. I'm hearing that you need a healing circle. That I'm to get you a healing circle. And not that. I'll be back. I have to be obedient. All right, here we go. So we're looking as toward this full moon in Leo that's arriving on February 5th. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Can I get a card for this pile, please? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. Okay. All right. And pile 3. Pile 3, please. There we go. Pile 2. Archaeology. Love this deck. Love it. I love this deck. Okay, so that was Pride. Okay, I just have to do something. Pride, Wisdom, and then it was these two. they belong. Okay. And this is Energy Archaeology, one of my favorite decks. It deals with the anatomy of the body. It talks about the energetic connection in the bones and their wisdom and their actual meaning and their function. And then it has questions on for deeper excavation. It's beautiful. And she's working on a more visceral deck with capillaries and blood and lymph and cellular components and all that. Oops. Funny, and that was 3. So I'm just gonna do it this way, yeah? Okay. All right, so I think that's it. And the whole point was that this Archetypes deck by Kim Krans was going to be the picture that I showed on top to help you select your deck. So we are going to do that. I'm actually going to turn it over so that it's on top, because this is what you need to know. For the full moon, and this one got 2. That's what you need to know for Leo full moon. So I want to make sure it's in frame because I need to. I'm going to use this as the picture that I take. Taken. All right, so I'm going to now do the timestamp so that I know where we are. So pile 1 is starting at 1616. All right. So we're going to put these 2 away. Okay, pile 1. So you were the only pile that received 2 archetype cards, and we're going to look into that. So you've got Thanatos. I'll bring that close so you can see it. There's a number of hands here. It looks like there's hands holding a distorted, well, this way it looks like a distorted face. The eyes, the nose, the mouth. This way, I'm really not sure. It's 2 hands holding what still looks to be a head, but differently contorted. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe it's a hand as a fist. One's open, 2 are kind of coming together, and 1 looks kind of clasped. Then you also have the storm. Okay. And your Moonology card is Talk Less and Feel More. Last quarter moon in Pisces. So this is what you're pulling in. So we're going to put that there. And then this one is Full Moon Eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. just off the bat, it would feel to me that you've been going through some kind of transition, a difficulty, a conflict, and you're nearing the end of that storm. And part of the way in getting to that conclusion is to drop from being so cerebral, right? And I'm not even talking chakra cerebral. I'm talking 3D cerebral. I'm talking using your human logic to actually getting into your feelings, into the water, and actually assessing the situation through your feelings, right? What I'm hearing right now, there's a saying in the Bible, or Christians say that, feelings are fickle. Feelings do change. They're supposed to change. We change, right? You want to be mindful as to the source of the feelings, but it doesn't mean that what you're feeling is wrong, right? So this is actually a call for you to listen more as well. I believe, what sign is that? Is that Gemini? Sorry, what am I saying? It's Pisces. But there's a call for you to listen more. You know what I just saw? You know how they say you have 2 ears and 1 mouth? You have twice the amount of ears for listening, that you should be listening more than you're talking. And this symbol, this Pisces symbol, reminds me of it. And you're not just listening for the words of people or yourself. You're also listening for the emotions that people are either sharing, showing, or hiding. The emotions that you're either sharing, showing, or hiding, right? And sharing is a willingness. Showing means, sometimes things can ooze out, leak out that we don't necessarily wish to communicate, but whatever it is, it's so palpable that it still comes through anyway. Okay? Last quarter moon in Pisces. Okay, Google, when is the last quarter moon in Pisces? June 20th. No. Okay, Google, when is the last quarter moon in Pisces in 2023? This guy just saying 1923. Why would... Let me go to the computer, because sometimes Google is really off and it doesn't answer my questions the way that I want them answered. So let me make a small adjustment here. Let's say next last quarter moon in Pisces 2023. First full moon eclipse in to the Lululemon sock and then cut it. So there is the Lululemon gear. You're not gonna look in the camera, baby. Hmm? All right, Bubs. I gotta put you down. Love you. Yeah. You're so good. You're a joy. Okay. All right. The storm. Conclusions are within reach. What do we have here? I feel like I want to save that. I feel like these are the wrap-ups to this. So let's take a look at what Thanatos means. Okay, so I have my book. Thanatos is what? 50, 60, 70, number 73. Here we go. So here, oh. Okay, Google, what is the purpose of a full moon?
On the website group.com, they say the full moon is the phase when the sun illuminates the entire moon, making her as full, round, and bright as can be. This phase represents completion, fertility, abundance, and transformation, when the seeds from the new moon come into bloom.
Yeah, I feel like you've gone through something quite difficult, quite challenging, burdensome, because this Thanatos is supposed to be representative of death. It's a grieving or a mourning when it's in its truth phase, and when that truth is distorted, it's fear or an insensitivity to old age, illness, or the dying. This could be, honestly, like sometimes, we say in tarot, well, the death is not literal. It's more of transformation. It's the rise of the phoenix and all that. I don't get that feeling. This may actually be that someone might pass. You'll hear of it passing. It doesn't mean it has to be anyone close to you or a celebrity that you like, enjoy, or could be a family member. But it's also about truth. It's about truth. It is about truth. Hold on. Do I want this crow deck? Can you enlighten me on Thanatos, please? Please enlighten me on Thanatos. Please enlighten me on Thanatos. There's some kind of decision. So, you might need to make decisions around someone if it's close to you who has recently passed. But also, it might very well be that you're moving from a position that you once held to something else. And I'm not really speaking career, although it could be. But I'm more so thinking mindset. That there is a decision that you've had to make, a choice, you're at a crossroads, and in choosing one thing, the other thing passes. So what is this crossroads, please? What is the crossroads? Because there is an ending of a storm, and that ending of a storm is because that conclusion is in reach. What is that, please? What is the crossroads, please? Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, God, for this insight, this understanding. Right? And this choice is going to change your world. Okay, it seems to be that is a choice about walking away from love, that there is an ending, and that this relationship, while it may have started off wonderfully, and you're looking back on the memories, because we've gone to the 2 to the 8, 8 minus 2 is 6, 6 of cup is the energy in between. There's a decision that you're making about this relationship, and it's coming to an end. And that is what that death is about. It's also preparatory. For some reason, some way, you're being prepared for this ending, be it a true physical death, be it a relationship, be it work, be it a position that you held, a mindset. It's going to cause some level of upheaval in your life that you weren't necessarily expecting, hoping, planning for at all. Let's take a look at what the storm is. So what is that? That is, let's XL, that's 7. So this storm is about, see, chaos, whirlwind, and disorder. So this is going to cause potentially some upheaval for you. It's a tower, quite honestly, is what this is. It's a tower. Your decision to end something, or somebody ending something with you, is going to cause a tower moment. Towers don't have to be horrible. You know, we know that something is ending. Person, place, thought pattern, career. And that decision will bring some chaos. But this chaos, this storm is necessary in order to move you to a conclusion. I also feel that this situation is causing you to go into a hermit vibe, to become more introspective and to become more in touch with yourself. It's actually also going to shift your foundation. I don't feel that it's horrible, though. I don't feel that it's a horrible shifting. And I'm hearing also that if it is actually a person who is dying, their death, it's not going to sound right, but it actually comes as a relief to you. Be it that it's a parent, grandparent, someone that you know who is suffering, who is in so much pain. The diagnosis might be terminal. Their prognosis is not good. Or this is a person, and it could be the same beings that have caused you a lot of pain and turmoil and hurt and upset throughout your life. And you have a level of peace that they are now out of the picture. Those are just what the cards are saying. Like, and if it is that, there's no real love loss over it in that instance. And if it is someone that you honestly care for, you just want to see that they are doing well, and it is heartfelt. And that's interesting, because I said there's like a crossroads. So I feel like there's two stories here with this death card, right? Because we've got 2 wands. Either it's someone that you love and care for and they're dying, and it's a, you know, hopefully compassionate death, and you'll be sad about it. It will cause some upheaval to your life, but their conclusion it's coming. Or you're indifferent and you don't mind that they're going. You don't mind in the least, because they have not been kind, gracious to you. They've impacted and imparted you with a lot of pain. A lot of pain. That's what I'm getting here. Either way, there's a moving on. Either way, there's an adjustment in your life. Either way, your foundation is shifted, changed. Your outlook will be different going forward. This is, when I look at this, it's kind of like, it's not even the forest from the trees, right? You can't distinguish the forest from the trees. It's not about the forest. It's not about the trees. It's about that one fallen tree, if you see that here. That's what it's about. And this moon is illuminating some truths that will cause you to go into your feelings. Okay. Let's move on to, I'm going to have to get the book for this Conclusions Are in Reach. I mean, clearly, you know, one could say conclusions are in reach, but let's see if there's anything else that this book wants to add to it. Full moon. Oh, look at that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So see, what this means is that which is meant for me will not pass me by, right? So whatever's for you is for you. But it also means doors which slam shut will not reopen. It is time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness, also if it's someone that you didn't enjoy for whatever reason, forgive them and it will set you free. And letting go of control over events, because we can't control the natural elements of a storm, a tornado, a tsunami, whether it snows or rain. We don't have control over that. And so there is a call on some level for you to surrender. There's also a call for you to meditate if you see this individual sitting there. This full moon is also about a climax. It's about a conclusion. It's an ending. This card is also calling for you to be easy on yourself. And if it is that you're letting go of somebody in whatever capacity or something, whatever capacity, you are to know, the message is for you to know that this is the right time for it. This is divine timing. It also says here, and I just mentioned forgiving, it says here that forgiving someone for what they did could be the key to resolving the situation in a positive way. It doesn't make it necessarily right, and you know, we know this, but it's not even about them. It's about you. It's about your ability to move forward and release yourself and no longer to be tethered to a situation that was not good for you, was not healing or helpful to you. This is a permanent ending. Whatever it is done, or it is done in the way in which you knew it. So if it was someone that you were dealing with and they were less than ideal, you continuing to engage in that way with that person, you have decided to shut the door. You've decided to bring in your own justice. You have decided to have cups yourself and to come into union with yourself and your desires, be it your head and your heart, the alignment of your chakras, as above, so below, as opposed to being at a crossroads internally and unsure and unaware. Okay. And then what you're bringing in, your manifestation here during this time period, because I believe it's every 2 weeks, right? So if, I want to say if the full moon is on the 5th, then the new moon should be like 14 days, like the next new moon would be about 14 days. So February 5th, 14 days, that's 19. Right? That's when the next new moon would come. So over these next 2 weeks, you might see a shift. But I went a little further and I wanted to get some clarification on these because I do also use these for timing. And this could be a way for you to prepare for what is also coming. And so the dates that I have for the last quarter moon in Pisces is June 10th. And then there are 2 full moon eclipses One is on May 5th and the other is on October 28th. That's interesting to me, just how it falls. So anywhere between May 5th and October 28th, there's two things. It's either going to occur over the next 2 weeks, give or take, or your time span is anywhere from May 5th until October 28th for pile 1. Okay? Let's get into this card here. That is last quarter moon in Pisces. And that is about talk less and feel more. So it's saying here, I feel all my feelings and it feels good. It says that the danger in your current situation is that you're going to be really good at starting things and less good at finishing them. It suggests that you need to talk less and feel more rather than telling people what you want now. So feel your feelings about what you want. What comes up? Do you believe in yourself or don't you? Do you start out strong and do you lose steam? If so, go within and ask yourself how committed you are to your goals. Remember, it's okay to change your mind. And so that part about it being okay to change your mind has to do with, it could be a person, right? A relationship, I mean, a career, a place that you're living, a mindset. So you had it at one time, but now it's okay. If something has shifted, if you know that you're no longer aligned, this is about alignment, right? It's about tuning into yourself. Meditation, silence, quiet. You know, it's funny, this person was by the water. I said to you earlier today that I was by the lake, just walking with my dog, and for him it was all new. And it was beautiful to watch him, you know, being mesmerized by the water and hearing the sounds and seeing other dogs and other people and all that kind of stuff, because he's still a puppy. So he's still getting acclimatized to the world. And in truthfulness, even myself, as we were walking, I was feeling more and not really doing any talking. And sometimes it's about being fully present for yourself and taking in what is around you, as opposed to, I don't know, being the loudest one in the room or telling everybody what you think or any of that. No, sometimes it's good to sit back, receive, learn, observe. And then that brings me to this storm. There's something in here for you to learn. There's a purpose to this. So we're gonna look at this card. What does it say? Where do we start here? It says, 7 blessings of the 7th dimension heal my soul. So 777. So that's going to be an important signifier for you. Okay. And then I'm going to tell you what the blessings are. I didn't know this. This is gorgeous. 7 blessings of the 7th dimension heal my soul. Peace, potential, creativity, freedom, divine presence, healing, and truth. 777. I love that. I love that. This storm is going to bring you healing on some level, and there's also a release. When something is full, it's too much, it can't hold, there's an overflow. There's a release. I also feel, for whatever reason, that this card is linked to the last quarter moon in Pisces for you, about the talking less and feeling more. Like, you want to feel that peace. You want to feel that creativity swelling in you that leads to potential, that freedom. You want to feel divine presence and that healing working itself through your body, your mind, your soul, in all aspects of your life, financially, mentally, verbally, physically. Like, this is just I'm just hearing interconnection and communication within yourself. That this is such an important time. This is an important unfolding. It might be stressful to you. You might not appreciate it. You hate it. You don't like it. All those kind of things. But there is purpose I want you to know that there is purpose. It is divine. There is divine timing at play, as I said. And being able to release this opens up space for freedom and creativity, for you to be more peaceful, for you to heal some of the things from the past. Because I already told you that this bird, was looking back at the choices. It was looking back at the relationship. And this is the crossroads. The other part is that you stay looking back and you don't move forward. If you're not sure what choice to make the choice that allows you to have more peace and freedom and healing and truth. That's your answer. Whatever it is, minano, but that is your answer, okay? All right. Let's go to this card now. Oh, the rose. See, I love these decks, right? Because I do enjoy Oracle deck, but I have to tell you, like, some of it is definitely intuitive, but other times you need to you need to go to the book. But I feel like with this rose, like the petals are opening, there's an unveiling, there's a trusting of the process, right? There's a trusting of the process here. I'm going to put that here. For some reason, I feel it belongs there. And this card belongs there. There's a trusting of the process that's at play. So let's look up rose. I actually need a drink. Let's see if we can find rose. QRS. There it is. Okay, so rose in this book represents the earth, okay? Wow, and the earth. So by the way, well, you don't know what that deck means. That deck is, where is it? What's it called? It's called the Untamed Elemental. It's a beautiful deck. So in this deck, the rose falls under the category of earth, okay? And earth is about grounding. And funny enough, that's what we were doing today. We were grounding as we were out by the water, right? And so it's really important that you find a place to go in nature and to sit, observe, relax, enjoy, listen. Not with headphones, but let the wind speak to you. Let the rustling of the leaves communicate their secrets. Let the waves of the water wash you clean. Tap into the natural wisdom, understanding, solutions, and answers that are available to you by spending time in nature, not with a buffer of headphones and music and, Audible and all that. They have their time, but it's not here while you're doing this, okay? So it talks about earth. It's an element of innocence, safety, and foundational support, and how it's a starting point for life in the physical form. It allows us to evolve and grow, and it's kind-hearted like that of a loving mother. Okay. So let's read the rose. It says, undefended heart. This is incredible. I'm saying it's incredible because it says keen emotional intelligence and open-hearted, right? She's here, she's at the beach, she's open, her hands are open. Let me look at this image. And then it also says that it can be blocked. That's funny. Over here at the side, I have the Crow Oracle. And it says here that when it's imbalanced, it's blocked feelings, it's heady, and it's bitter. And there's some fear there behind it. Most importantly, it says to shift into your higher mind. And I talked to you about that before. And that it says here, validate your authentic feelings. And then we have to talk less and feel more. So let's go. Her delicate scent is a microcosm. It contains notes of the celestial bodies that have lent her their wisdom so that she may align herself with universal love. Between her golden center and thorns is a story of both praise and protection. She is a pristine flower of an angelic adoration and is also endowed with the ability to draw blood, yes, from a mindless approacher. She is Rose, a potent aid for harmonizing the heart. Did you get that? The rose is beautiful. It's something to behold and to take in, but if you're careless with it, you will get pricked. It will draw blood. We were talking about shadow and light earlier. It says here that the rose requires both shadow and light to do her work. Her medicine is strongest beneath the moon. It's literally beneath the moon here. She speaks of love within her realm. Nothing else exists. The earth journey is filled with joys and sorrows. So death, 8 of Cups walking away, storms, it is. But there's also those 2 of Cups. And there's also the beauty of nature, right? Rose asks you to draw upon her magic to live with an undefended heart. Take care to keep your heart center washed clean so that it does not close down from the exhaustion of being overburdened. Rose radiates purity and connects your entirety to this present moment, to her beloved garden, where you will return to harmony and balance. Communing with Rose is a powerful way to help maintain the alacrity of your heart through the ups and downs of life. The alacrity. Okay, Google, what is the definition of alacrity?
Alacrity is used as a noun to mean brisk and cheerful readiness, similarly to eagerness and willingness.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear alacrity used in an example?
No. So it's about having an eager, ready, and willing heart. And in order to have that, this storm is coming to clear it all out. And there may be moments where the storm in your life is going to prick you. But know that it is divine. It is meant for your healing. It is meant to give you freedom, healing, and truth, peace, and potential. This last card here. Oh, look at that. Attunement. Attunement. And what's beautiful, it looks like it's in a shell, but the dexterity of it all, right? The fingers. Attunement. And I love how this attunement card, whatever it means, we're going to read it, that it's under the last quarter moon, the talk less, feel more, because you're attuning. We have a piano. This piano I've had since the age of 8. My grandmother bought it for me when she used to work at Eaton's at Yorkdale. And because she worked there, she was able to get the piano at a discount. I still have it. I'm 50. I've had this piano, and I hope that my kids will keep it as well. It's pristine, in excellent condition. It is my intention to relearn it because I've kind of lost the art of doing all the playing. I'm going to relearn it. Attunement, dexterity, flexibility, communication, touch. It's personal. Attunement. I'm also feeling carefulness. And it's funny how we get the hand because the rose was also talking about how people just come up to it and grab it. And yeah, they get hurt. But this attunement is also, to me, calling for a level of sensitivity. Maybe some inquisitiveness and understanding. A knowing. So let's see what this book says. If I can find the book. Okay, attunement. So we're looking for, this should be near the top. Here we go. So we're working on this card here. It says attunement is water and air, And when it's out of balance, it's about fault, mistakes, and mistrust. Ooh! And when it's in balance, it is beauty and it's synchronicity. From an energetic perspective, the Fibonacci spiral energetically regulates and distributes frequency in a specific way. Vibrations are received and interpreted by each part of the spiral differently. Each bone in your finger and toe reacts and acts to translate the vibration. The distal bones attune to the lightest, highest frequency. So they're talking about, so this is your hand. These are fingers. Let's use this finger as an example. The very top is called the distal. Okay. It is the smallest bone at the tip of the finger. The second bone, which is the middle, is called the phalange. And then the bone closest to the metacarpals, which means your palm down here, is called the proximal phalange. And the distal, which is the tip, is the most sensitive and highest attuned to frequencies. And this is what I meant by, in a way, if this is not happening in the next few weeks for you, it is because you're sensitive, you are attuning to the fact that something is coming between May and October, and there's some level of preparation. There's a vibration, there's a calling, there's a heads up that's being given to you. Now, yes, okay, and look what it says here. The distal bone is attuned to the lightest, highest frequencies. These are your connection to the spiritual realm beyond the veil. The middle bones attune to, the middle bone attunes to slightly more dense energies of the mental plane. I talked to you about dropping from your mental and getting like into your feelings. And then it says that the proximal bones, which is down here, attune to the frequencies of the emotional plane. The bones in the palm of the hand and the arch of the foot, the metacarpal metatarsals, attune to the physical plane, the embodied energy. Right? So this talking less means coming from your mental plane, which is the middle bone, to dropping into your proximal bones, which is about the emotional plane. Do you see that? Do you see how that all interconnects? It says to look at the beauty of the swirl in the nautilus shell, the whirl in the center of a sunflower, the unfurling of a fiddlehead fern. Notice the intricate pattern in the unfolding of these forms, which is funny because to me that also talks about the rose and its unfolding, its opening, right? It's opening. It says the same pattern and mathematical sequence is found in your fingers and toes. You can be quick to recognize the beauty outside yourself, but may be slower to see it in your own form. You're the same. Your body, your foundation, your connection, your energy are intelligently and beautifully designed. You're part of nature, designed as nature, in communication with nature, attuned to existing in this physical world the same way that all of nature does, fully embodied in your form and delightfully on purpose. It says to become receptive and aware of the absolute perfection of your design. It is your nature to embody what you reach for, just as a fiddlehead cannot help but reach for the light. I feel like I want to, I want this deck here. This attunement, it talked about the vibration. This here is the Kyle Gray Raise Your Vibration Oracle. Oh, We're going to take this. Ha. I am supported on my path. Isn't that something? Because before there was some kind of decision crossroads that you were entering. And even though you're going through the storm, understanding that this is divine timing. You're support on your path because of these. I'm going to put that there. Your 777 blessings from the seventh dimension. Remember that. So let's go into it and see what the book says about you being supported on your path. Okay. I am supported on my path. Okay, so this I am supported on my path falls under integrate, falls under Earth Star. My understanding is that the Earth Star is, 6 or 12 feet below ground. I never even knew there was an Earth Star until I got this book. It says that it's visualized as a copper Merkaba. Okay, Google, what is a Merkaba?
According to Wikipedia, Merkaba or Merkaba mysticism is a school of early Jewish mysticism, c. 100 BCE, 1000 CE, centered on visions such as those found in the book of Ezekiel chapter 1, or in the Hekkalot literature, concerning stories of ascents to the heavenly palaces and the throne of God. The main corpus of the Merkaba literature was composed in the period 200 to 700 CE, although later references to the chariot tradition can also be found in the literature of the Chassidate Ashkenaz in the Middle Ages.
All right, I don't know that that was helpful. The Earth Star is about taking responsibility for the path and your spiritual progress. Their messages help us integrate all of our spiritual learning with being human. When we think of raising our vibration, we often get the idea that it's about ascending beyond our body, when in fact it's about becoming fully embodied and integrated with the planet in order to make the greatest difference. Earth Star energy invites us to recognize our capacity to initiate great change, starting within. There's this thing about being so heavenly minded, spiritually minded, that you're no earthly good. And so what it's saying is, you are being heavily supported by the heavenlies, right? As you do your work here on earth. Your vibe is to trust in the ever-unfolding path. It says here, the road you're on may feel like the road less traveled, but this journey is going to be highly beneficial for your personal and spiritual growth. With this card, you're being encouraged to see how far you've come, what you've healed, and what you have overcome. You understand that? What you've overcome. This here is the overcoming. What you've been through or are wrapping up. And these are all the benefits and blessings that you get as a result of it. It says the universe is encouraging you to keep things simple. If things become too heavy or challenging, ask yourself what you can do to lighten your load. What can you let go? What can you do that will allow you to walk your path in a lighter, more fulfilled and focused way? Your path may feel like a lonely road, but the truth is you are infinitely connected. And it is the path you have chosen. It is important for you to fully own that. Through accepting who you are and what you're here to do, you'll create an energy that will allow others to accept and support you. You don't need external validation, but you do deserve to feel respected, supported, and encouraged. And you're to let that happen. And part of that letting that happen is falling into that feeling more. Understand? And that feeling more will allow you to attune and align vibrationally to what it is that you need, and therefore, thereby, you will attract the people into your life that you need, that will assist you. Your path is being cleared so you can continue on the path. You are the conduit. You are both heaven and earth working in tandem here. That's what you need to know, Padawan. That was really nice. It was really nice. Okay. So I'm going to put these away. Oops. And then I am going to start on pile 2. All right, 10404, pile 2. Alrighty, so here we go with pile 2. So pile 2, you had the desert. Let me take a look at this. I feel like it's 2 hands together. I'm hearing the word help. You're very close to achieving your goal. Embrace the flow of life. And then there are these 3 here. And we'll wait on those. Okay. Okay, Google, when is the full moon in Gemini in 2023?
On the website lifestyleasia.com, they say 12/13. This full moon ushers in the cold months of winter and falls in the house of Gemini.
What? Full moon. I'm going to look it up because I don't know what that just said. Full moon in Gemini is November 27th. Okay. Okay, Google, when is the gibbous moon?
On the website space.com, they say today, February 2nd, 2023, the moon is 12 days old and is currently in the waxing gibbous phase of its lunar cycle. It is 90% illuminated.
What? So today, February 2nd, you're very close to achieving your goal. Isn't that something? Gibbous moon. Now, I believe there's waxing and waning gibbous, but this doesn't specify. It doesn't specify, so we're going to leave it at that. What we're going to do is we're going to look up what the desert is here. And the desert, this is for places, so that's what, number 37, maybe that number means something to you. I'm just going to find that in the book. 3567. Okay. So it says here that this is the drought, the wastelands, the badlands. It leaves us disoriented and desperate for direction and grasping for meaning and longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we're confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. We're thirsty, we're hungry, we're pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of the day-to-day life. The desert offers no comfort, and everyone must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort, know that someday you will reach water again and you'll be able to tap into the landscape. It also wants you to know that the lights are bright and the darks are scary dark, and this allows for creativity and clairvoyant visions, and how the truth resides in the desert that would otherwise be hidden. The crows, the shadows, the coyotes call, surround you. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, weary traveler. So when it's dark, it can be drying, deadening, disoriented, and very isolating. But when it's light, it's surreal, it's strange, unexpected visions, and silence. For you, again. I say again because I just did pile 1. And the notes were very similar off of the first card. You two have gone through a difficulty, a challenge, maybe a sense of being alone. You're in a dry spell. Normally when I hear dry spell, I'm thinking, yeah, I automatically think, you know, sexuality because or sex, it's linked to that. Maybe you are in a sexual dry spell, but it's more than that. You're thirsty. And I don't mean the modern day, oh, they're so thirsty. I'm not talking about that. You require a quenching. It's almost like you've been circling the desert, in the desert, for quite some time. This is like a quicksand to me for some reason. It's also important for you to know, right? This gibbous moon is today. Today is a waxing gibbous moon. Nonetheless, the message is that you're very close to being out of this. You're very close to achieving your goal. You're going to get answers, and those answers are going to come through. Sorry, my hand's in the way. Those answers are going to come through dreams and visions. One moment. I need to... I'm going to... I'm not going anywhere, honey. You can lie down. Myrrh. Where's my frankincense? Smell this. Okay. It's okay, babe. You lie down. I just, I have this bracelet here that I got from Queen Cup. She's here in Toronto. And I just feel, I wanted to do it earlier. These are lava beads. And I'm just going to put on some frankincense and myrrh right now. Okay. All right. Smudge a lot. Okay. I'm just hearing mercy. Mercy, mercy, mercy. It also says with this card, don't turn away from the desert. Turn towards it. We have here full moon in Gemini about embracing the flow of life. Whatever it is that you are facing is going to last from February 2nd, which is now, until about November 27th. I'm hearing it will unfold. It will unfold during that time. Because I know it's saying you're very close to achieving your goal, and some people might be like, what? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, no, 9 months? That's not very close. It's very close according to Spirit. Okay? This is such a dry time for you. Dry. Dry. Like dry. So what is that? Gibbous moon. Gibbous, gibbous, gibbous. What is gibbous about? Full moon eclipse. Gibbous moon. Sorry, I'm just looking in the book. Am I in the right book? Yeah, I am. Why don't I see it then? What's wrong with me? Okay, new moon. Okay, let me just look it up instead of trying to. Yeah, because this is going to be a full moon in Pisces, and this is about forgiveness, gratitude, and results. But where is... Why can't I see it? Oh, page 30. Oh, I was way off there. Yeah, that's interesting. Sorry. So it says here that the word gibbous means bulging. What a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at any time of the month suggests that a situation you're asking about is bulging with possibility and coming to a peak. But this isn't an ending card with a neat yes or no answer. Rather, you're being reminded that some adjustments may yet be required before you get what you want. See, that's why I said the 9 months, don't be squawking about it. Okay? Don't do that. But you are on the right track. And they want this information, this knowledge to be reassuring for you. You're also, I don't want to say don't push. You need to be sensitive and allow yourself to be led. Allow yourself to be led by spirit and your intuition. Utilize your discernment about whatever this is for you. You're very close to achieving your goal. You are very close to achieving your goal. Can you clarify? You are very close. You know, it's funny. Why are these? No. Hold on. 1 second. Okay. On this card, I'm looking for clarity, answers, insight, please, for my viewer. Okay. Please clarify you're very close to achieving your goal. You're very close to achieving your goal. Because this gibbous moon takes place before the full moon, because it's bulging. It's almost like your cup runneth over, like all the hard work and the effort and the toil and perhaps some of the trauma, the discomfort, the upset. The work, the research, the growth, the pain, all that you've invested, your smarts, your intellect. You're very close to achieving your goal. You are. You're very close to achieving your goal. Is this the right deck? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's... If you need me to switch it, I'll switch it. You're very close to achieving your goal. You're very close to achieving your goal. You're very close to achieving your goal. Talk to us about that, please. Talk to us about being very close to achieving our goal, your goal. You're very close to achieving your goal. You're very close to achieving your goal. It's coming soon. The answer is coming soon. The card is coming out soon. There we are. Sorrow lasts for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. As I said, you feel that you've been doing whatever this is for a very long time. And you might feel that you're in the dark, it's desolate, it's lonely. The first thing you need to know is that you are not alone, right? There's a lot of birds there. You're not alone. It could seem very quiet and dark for you at this point. But there is illumination, right? There is still light in whatever this dark time you're going through. There is still light. Sunlight, moonlight, starlight. There's light, and there's also your inner light. You're very close to achieving your goal, and we got number 33 as the oracle. Okay, I want one more. Let's do this one. Hold on. This was... Okay, good. I did put those cards away. Okay, good. Just want to clarify something. Night. Very close to achieving your goal. You're not alone. There is illumination. This is a time for quiet, a time to reflect. Oops. Oh. A time for, I don't want to say peace. I don't think it's peace. I think there's silence. No, not this deck. Okay. This deck is the Guardian of the Night Tarot. That's what this is. Very close to achieving your goal. The Night card came out. I already spoke to you about answers will be coming through visions and dreams for you. I think I said that. So your sleep routine, your nighttime routine is very important. Maybe the solution will come to you in that manner. Oh no. Okay. You're very close to achieving your goal. This feels like heartache and loss, disappointment. What is that? That's a chain, but what is that down there? Is that like a bird's foot? Like there's these three horns, if you will, piercing the heart. 5 of Cups. Night. What did I say earlier? Sorrow lasts for the night, but joy comes in the morning. It could have been that there was a relationship that was really important to you, or a job, and you've been stuck in a stagnant energy, kind of mourning the loss, trying to make sense of it. And you've been wanting to overcome it. You've been in this place for a long time. You know the work you got to go through to have the majority of your body sunk in sand? Like in the desert like that? You've allowed the sandstorms and the windstorms to cover you up. You're very close to achieving your goal. Whatever this has been painful. I feel like you've wanted out for a while. It's almost like you're waving the white flag now, and now you're ready to make some kind of move. I don't know what kind of situation you might be in, but it's been definitely hurtful. I feel like there's been some kind of planning, quiet planning in the night, quietly doing the work. I'm hearing maybe setting funds aside. I'm hearing break free, because when I look at the Five of Cups, I don't know what kind of insect this is. It looks like there's like a skeleton or like a face on the back of it. But these two are still here and there in the cups, but the others broke away. And the three that broke away have to do with your Three of Swords heartache. Whatever those three things were. Can you tell me about the connection between the Five of Cups and the Three of Swords, please? This is the Queen of Swords. There was a truth. That was very hurtful. You're coming to a realization about this situation. This is air. You've done a lot of thinking. On some levels, your thinking has kept you trapped. You've been working on it, though. Three of Swords. Five of Cups. Three of Swords. Five of Cups. Okay, so I got the book because I wanted to know what this kind of insect is. It's called a death's head hawk moth. That's new to me. So it says that the sight of a death's head hawk moth is imposing and can be alarming, a symbol of bad things to come. This migratory moth once tormented the mentally fragile King George III. when two appeared in his bedroom. Ooh! You are not tormented by the things you've lost. My God, you're tormented by the things that stayed. They say that this moth was in Silence of the Lambs. So these moths are drawn to the light. It says to use this to find the good in others or a source of inspiration to lighten your day. This is about loss, transformation, mystery, camouflage. It is not what you lost that bothers you or is troubling you. It's about what has stayed that is troubling you and the truth about that. And maybe this Three of Swords, oh my, what? I gotta know. Love, no wonder. No wonder. No wonder. What's this one? Flying fish? And what's the healing here? 333. The other one had 777. Heaven and earth. Hold on. And I was thinking of heaven and earth when I saw these two pentacles. Your path is in accord with the universe. 333. Spiritual protection for creative expression. Purple ray aligns heaven and earth. So to me, this alignment, hold on, would be embracing the flow. This achieving, you're very close to achieving your goal, which is the balancing. Now, this Five of Cups, Three of Swords, wow, this has to do with the fourth finger. The fourth finger and toe are love. I know I jumped, but I was told to jump. And I turned over the cards because I was told to. Oh, okay. Oh, you've come to the realization, the truth of a matter. As I said, it's not what left that you're brokenhearted over. It's about what stayed. You don't mind the loss of the three that left. It's the two that stay. Ah, dang. And these three swords is not for the three broken cups or the three bugs that flew away. The three swords is one for you or whoever, this and then these two. And you've come to the realization of the truth on that. And it has to do with love. Now, why was I in here? Yeah, there was a betrayal. And I feel like you may have been punishing yourself over it. And for you, it's like one unending night, like this dark night of the soul. You are on your way out, but it's been very heavy. And you're not worried necessarily about the people that you lost along the way. It's the pain that you've caused yourself. And let's say the two others or things or situations that were important to you. That is what haunts you. Oh, and that's interesting. I didn't know that because I'm just looking here. These are supposed to be elephant tusks. It's either that you've betrayed someone or you were betrayed. There's a deep betrayal that you might have been trying to get out from under. So it could have been a relationship, romantic partner, children, spouse, cheating, a business partner may have left you buried in a situation, and the truth of that has come to light, and there's a wish that you had made other decisions. There's a bond that's been broken, severely shattered or in disrepair. And you're just hoping, begging, wanting a better, brighter situation out of this. There's a requirement during this time for very deep, deep honesty. Now, while I said before that you've been buried, you may also be digging your way out of something. Let me move this over. You may be digging your way out. And that's the very first card. The very first thing I said out of my mouth when I saw this card, I'm just hearing help. Right? Not like help, like help, help, help. Like whatever this situation is, it overtook you. And part of it was you needed to, be in this situation to realize some things. Some things had to come to fruition for you. Clarity. Clarity isn't always sunshine and flowers or just clouds. Clarity could be in the deepest, darkest night of the soul. Wow. Now that makes sense. Maybe you've worked very hard to correct the debt or the bankruptcy or whatever it is, to make amends. And Spirit wants you to know that you are very close to achieving the goal that you've set. To be balanced and calibrated once again. I believe I was asking, what is the goal? And I think this is the card that came out. Sorry, when I'm channeling, I don't remember what's said. I'm just, That's interesting. Interesting. Yeah. It says here that the gibbous moon is at the very end of the lunar cycle just before the full moon. The full moon is on the 5th. It looks like it's bulging because she's almost a full moon, but not quite. Heavy, round. It's kind of like a pregnancy in a way, right? And it's the culmination of the waxing cycle. And it can be it's a rather intense period, yes. And there's still some fine tuning that you need to do. So I would recommend that you kind of look over the plans that you've made. Just double check, assess, pray, ask, gain clarification before moving forward. And that's why there's this embrace the flow of life, right? You're close to achieving it. Go back, look over your plans, ask for guidance, step into the flow. Because there's alignment there. This 333 is very important. That's interesting. I was just quiet because this is a 333 here. I asked for this full moon in Gemini and gibbous waxing. Okay. All right. That's interesting. All right, let us just consider the Two of Pentacles. So, what I'm hearing here is that there's a call, and I've already alluded to it, for you to balance your practical earthly actions with your divinely guided steps, right? So it's about being in balance with that so that you can be in alignment. So these things totally make sense together. Yeah. Yep. And that totally makes sense for what that is. Now let's go into the flying fish. And let's see where that A, B, C, D, E, F. So flying fish has to do with air, okay? In this same deck. It has to do with air. And air is about soaring. It's visionary. It's necessary for wider possibilities, expanded thought, and new creation. It says that you can connect the air element, and that's interesting. This card is talking about connecting the air element with the earth element. And we already spoke about your earthly actions with divine guidance here. So there's definitely connection here between these cards. It's funny. This card also talks about breathing, right? Because the flying fish are in the water, out the water, in the water, out the water. And flying fish, if you don't know, is a Bayesian ting, right? It's so good. So good. So good. I had an ex-boyfriend, and I miss his mother more than him. Every Sunday we would have dinner together, and this woman could cook. Let me tell you, she could cook. Oh my gosh. And this flying fish, this is about knowing, this is also about rhythm. The reason why I think this connects so beautifully is because, I mean, listen, it's hard to breathe, if not almost impossible, under sand, right? Like, we're not gilled creatures. We're not creatures that can live under the earth like this in the soil. We can live underground if there's a bunker because we have air, but it is the air that is essential here. You got the Queen of Swords, you got the flying fish, and you have the desert. This air is essential. It's necessary. So this flying fish, there was a long time where you were feeling a lack of confidence, feeling incapable, not sure how you would overcome this situation. A lot of heavy self-doubt, which is how and why you were inflicting the Three of Swords upon yourself. Or someone was inflicting it on you. You're either the Three of Swords energy or you're the Five of Cups. Either you're the one in the regret or you're the one affected by somebody's regret. Either way, if you're the person who is the Five of Cups inflicting or regretting, rather. Hold on. What are you saying to me? Oh. Whether you're the person who received the stabbing or did the stabbing, whether you are this big dead face moth or one of the two in there, You each have your own truths and the reality of the situation, and you each require air for specifically different reasons. The air for the person who inflicted the wound is their guilt and their sorrow. For the person who received the infliction, it is their pain and betrayal. My God, these are heavy. Like, jeez. But either way, whoever you are, there is a I was going to say requirement. I don't know if it's a requirement or request that's trying to come through. Either way, it's in your best interest to be willing to overcome. And regain confidence in your ability to discern and your ability to bounce back and your ability to overcome pain, accept it, learn from it, integrate it. This situation allows you or has forced you to become in some way more sensitive to how you treat others and to how you're treated. And it has helped to embolden you to speak for what you need. It's also reminding you that this success of the flying fish, like they don't go, I don't know, I'm just going to say 15 feet in one bound. They take many leaps to get there. And both parties, let's say, will take many leaps to get there, to regain that confidence. That confidence doesn't come by thinking about it or dreaming about it. It actually comes from taking the necessary action steps. I want to say that. And on some level, you're going to have to step out into out of your comfort zone to find that courage. And I think that courage needs to be rooted in love. Trusting that you're loved by God. Trusting that God wants your best and highest. Trusting that you're able to get up from the ashes, that phoenix metaphor. And move accordingly. Let's look at what love means in this deck. I don't know where my book. Oh, okay. So this is love. Love, a word that comes and goes. But do people really know what it means to really? That's a song by Kirk Franklin. So it says here, love is the fourth finger. So it's this one here that you see me waving. You have the ability to love and to receive love. You have both the great strength and great softness to turn towards love. That is so hard to do after what this energy is. I have to say, it's so, I think that needs to be acknowledged. I honestly feel a lot of readers might just gloss over it. I think we need to sit here and give this the acknowledgement that it deserves, and that how very difficult the situation has. Hey, my phone cut off. It died. So I was talking to you about this card, But how important it is to really acknowledge this. It's been difficult. It's been a difficult ride. And you did the best you could with what you knew, with what you had. Hey, sometimes you didn't always do your best because you didn't always want to. We're not always motivated to do our best by people who have hurt us so deeply. Or we're not motivated to correct something because we're so embarrassed and shameful. Or we don't want to acknowledge it or don't have the capacity or ability to see the wrong that we do within ourselves. I know somebody like that. They wrong you all day long, knowing that they're doing it. They know they're doing it. But the shame is so heavy on them that they can't come and correct it. They can't apologize, or the apology is fleeting. The apology is small. Anyway, let's go on. So it's the fourth finger, right? When it's out of balance, it's signifying insufficiency, lacking, and numb. When it's in balance, it is abundant and overflowing. Which is nice considering that we're in the time of the gibbous moon, where it is full and it's ready, right? Because it's just before the full moon. You know, it's interesting. You might be interested in two piles because the first pile that I did talks about the vibration of fingers. Now we're going more granular into the fourth finger and toe, which specifically is about the vibration in love. This is so interesting. It says that the energy flow of each finger and toe is translated vibrationally, right? The distal, which is the tip, has the highest frequency of love from the spiritual realm. The middle bone is about how you conceptualize love and how your love, your gifts, your talents, and abilities. Do you see that? This heartache impacted your talents, your gifts, your abilities. It caused you to question the value of them. It caused you to reduce your expressiveness, your desire to be seen, your creativity. It stalled you for a moment. It says here that you have the ability to love on a massive scale with your heart bursting wide open. No matter what has been modeled in your past, no matter your trauma, attachment style, or fear, you have the ability to love and to receive love. You have both the great strength and great softness to turn toward love. And I was saying that this was a very trying situation. Very trying. But the same way you overcame this is the same way you can do this. The depths that you had to go for this is equal to the heights that you can go for this. They say the love of God meets you in the highest place in the deepest, darkest pit of hell. That's your love. Because whatever went down here, what took you to the deep pits of hell? It says to connect with people and plants and animals around you that demonstrate the energy of love. Relationships and community are here to model how love flows, grows, and multiplies, as an infinite source. But they are not source. They're simply a channel for it. You are a channel for love. Divine love is available to you. And it says here to align yourself. So that's the embracing. Align yourself with the highest frequency of love and receive them into yourself. So watch the questions here on this card. How was love demonstrated to me in the past and as a child? Because that has had an impact on this. It says, what have I confused as love before? What have I accepted in place of it? What stories do I hold around love, around deserving, how it flows, how it shows up, and even my availability for it? How does it feel to open myself to the true source frequency of love? How does it feel to even hold that possibility? Again, remember, you are spiritually protected. And in that spiritual protection, you are allowed to expose and expound and give and receive love to the highest highs and the deepest depths. And that this experience is in accord with the universe. It is. Is this blurry? Why is this blurry? So, purple ray aligns heaven and earth, which is that 2 of Pentacles for me, and that embracing the flow. Your path is in accord with the universe, spiritual protection for creative expression. Now listen to that. Spiritual protection for creative expression. Believe it or not, while you were going through this, you were spiritually protected. Being spiritually protected doesn't mean you don't feel the pain, the hurt, the sadness, the disappointment. It does not mean that. It means that you will have company as you go through these things, as you go perhaps through your dark night of the soul. Know that you are not alone, that you will have help to make it through. And what is helping you through are your guides in truth and in love, helping you to take those leaps and bounds of faith, in faith. And to be a channel for that love to come through, to shine through. Wow. I think that's it. I mean, I think that was, wow, very deep, profound. The one card I did not read for you was the full moon in Gemini, about embracing the flow of life. And I think this is the appropriate way to close pile 2. It says you have been fast talking lately, or someone trying to fast talk you. Your best bet is to keep quiet. You or someone in the situation needs space. There's a tug of war about worrying about how to solve your issues. Take time and gain perspective. Let life flow, and an attitude of gratitude will be helpful. It's a good time to change your mind about someone or something. It says to manifest the balance, strike a balance between talking rings around people and seeing what they have to teach you. Because this was a teachable moment for all parties involved. It says it's important to accept where you are so you can move to where you want to be. Again, divine timing. The affirmation here is that I share kind, loving words with the people in my life. That's also meaning that you share kind, loving words with yourself. With yourself. And that was the desert. Okay. Now we're here for pile 3. And pile 3, your first card is the mirror. So something is being reflected back to you, or you're reflecting something to someone. And then your Moonology card is it's time to release negativity. Your manifestation card is release your blocks. Isn't that interesting? First quarter moon in Scorpio and full moon in Scorpio. And then we have our 3 other cards here. Okay. You know. Okay. Can I bring that in again? Maybe I have to go up. Okay. That's good. Ooh, I didn't mark the time. Oh, well, it's okay. I'll figure it out after. Okay. All right, let's see. Your card was the Mirror. So we gotta go LX. What was that? The Mirror. Oops. Okay, and let's just see what category the Mirror falls in this book. It is the tools. So these are about tools for you, okay? So we're looking at this. It says it's the reflection, the illusion, the looking glass. This could be about witnessing your deeper self and pure awareness, or when it is in the untruthful side, it's about comparison, harsh edges, and narcissism. It says here that when you look into the mirror, that we're failing to realize that it is a portal to another realm. And that mirrors can shatter, flatter, distort, reflect, and project an image to us that we deem to be true. The energy of the mirror is all about self-perception, and when the archetype appears, we are in the mythic land of Narcissus, who saw himself reflected in a pool and fell in love with his own image. So compelled by his reflection, he could not turn away, a fixation that eventually led to his death. Recognize the power and danger of the mirror. It's a construct, one that may drive a shard between you and your true self. So a shard is a piece of broken glass, right? Broken mirror. The mirror contains trickster energy. Put the phone down, stop with comparisons, and let the mirror stand empty for a while. Rest with the one inside. I feel that there might be a level of deception, but I do want to say there's nothing wrong with loving yourself. You're supposed to love yourself. The difficulty, challenge, issue, problem comes in when you love yourself to perhaps the disrespect, discredit of someone else, and that takes on a different kind of energy. Right? So it's not about loving yourself. Yeah, you're supposed to. I think this might also have to do with the way in which you deal with yourself and how you see yourself. There's something to be said for looking in the mirror and appreciating all that you see, you know, wrinkles, marks, bruises, shape, weight. Really taking the time to see you, to see yourself, who you are. And there might be some components in, I was going to say how you're reflected back to you, but it's how you're perceiving the reflection that you might be communicating to yourself in a negative way. And that negative communication is a block, and it's impeding you from all that you can be, do, and have, and accomplish, and draw within. And so what it is you're being called to remove the negativity. What is that? The full moon in Scorpio. I thought we had that. Full moon. Full moon in Scorpio is May 5th. Hold on. May 5th is also an eclipse. 1 second. Make a note. This is pile 3. Let me do it this way, actually. That way it'll stay. Pile 3. May 5th. New moon. Scorp. And it's it's a lunar eclipse. Okay. And then the first quarter moon in Scorpio. First quarter moon. Just bear with me one moment. First quarter moon in Scorpio is July 25th. First quarter. Too many cards on the table. May, June, July. Yeah, so I feel that there's some introspection that needs to occur for you. It's time to release the negativity. Now, that could be something that you yourself are doing, right? Or it could very well be someone that is in your life. To remove any, I feel like toxicity. Whatever is in your life that could be toxic. Be it addictions, be it people, be it habits, be it friends, acquaintances, family members, co-workers. It is incumbent upon you to remove yourself from that. I'm gonna pull this oracle deck. What is the connection between the mirror and full moon in Scorpio releasing negativity? What is the connection? I am using, by the way, where's the box? I'll just pull this because I'm gonna need it. I'm using the Cantigi Oracle. Okay. So let's see if I can, these are pretty. The cards are pretty, the meanings. It's a really robust deck. So, the voice of the moon. I feel like this is a heart. I feel like this is, I would say, a baby. But we'll see. Let's see. What number is that? Number 9. The voice of the moon. Okay, so it is quite meaty, right? I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just going to pull out the highlights. All right, so it says here, you wander alone through an extended night in an unknown landscape. Your world is opaquely illuminated by the moon, wide, round, and silvery above you. Your mind is weary from caution, consideration, orientation, and decision-making as you navigate through this beautiful but alien territory. A deep longing for a guide, or at least a companion, emerges within you. Just then, you step into a clearing where the moon bathes you in its cool glow. You feel as if it's gazing at you as much as you are gazing at it. As you observe each other, feeling of shared appreciation and benevolence emerge. And then a voice, sure, smooth as liquid, subtle, yet omnipresent as air, and somehow luminous, flows through your mind. Though the sound of the voice does not come from the sky or from any particular place, you know it is the voice of the moon, resonating in the ear of your heart. Is that an ear? Your heart is listening to the moon. Is that an ear? It's an ear. The moon is whispering to your heart. Your heart is listening to the whispers of the moon. It comforts as it illuminates each step of your path. Woo! Go left at the pine stump. Cross the creek. Slowly now, climb up onto the boulder. You travel on, your mind at ease, and your heart nourished by this ineffable, ethereal friendship. I love this card. This is providing clarity into yourself, into your journey. Remember, oh my gosh, okay. Remember this mirror can be deceptive, right? This mirror can be deceptive. It can, I think it said about shattering and distorting and confusing and reflecting images back to us that we think are true, right? Or better yet, what we see with our eyes, we feel that we're seeing truth. What's interesting is when you look at this card, there's the sun, I'm going to say, in a piece of mirror, a shard, that is actually separating you and distorting what you see. Wow. Okay. Right? It's distorting what you see because honestly, this piece of glass should be reflecting the moon in it, right? If you hold it up, it should be reflecting what is across from it. It is not doing that. And this card said, be careful before the shard, the mirror, the broken. It didn't even say broken in the book, but I'm saying it's broken. Like, well, maybe it did because it said shard, right? And a shard of glass, a piece of glass, a broken piece of glass can provide distortion. For example, if you crack a mirror, you don't get the full image back to you as it is. You get lines and cracks through it. And so what's happening here, this mirror is deceiving you. It is tripping you up from the path you're supposed to be on. So the moon is trying to communicate to you, to yourself, to show you something, to unveil something to you. And because of the mirror, because of the deception of the mirror, you could possibly, or you are off the path you're supposed to be on. And so when our eyes deceive us, right? Listen. I have heard that when you are blind, your other senses kick in, or if you can't speak, your other senses kick in, right? They become heightened. Your heart and your ear are now heightened because your eyes are not seeing what they're supposed to. And so the moon is guiding your steps. It's almost as if you maybe are not going to trust what you see, but trust not even necessarily what you hear, but trust how the moon is guiding your heart, who is listening to it. Wow. And even as I look at this part, like this part is much more shadowy. It's not even being reflected. Like this is complete distortion here. Complete distortion. If anything, also, it talked about this shard of glass coming between, what was it, yourself and your real self or something like that? And if anything, it is this side of the mirror that more aptly reflects. Sorry. Why is it blurry? There we go. Okay. This side of the mirror that is more reflective as to the patterning on the moon. And this glass is interrupting, preventing the ability to see the truth of something. And that is why your heart is listening to the utterings, the guidance, the wisdom of the moon. Oh. And this moon is telling you to release the negativity. It's time. It doesn't serve you. The negativity is distorting your view. It is distorting or giving you, wrong stories, understanding, misinterpretations of what it is that you need to know. Oh. That is gorgeous. So if you have grudges, toxicity, let it go. And you might already be hearing a gnawing about the relationships, the people, the whatever it is that you need to go. Listen, I normally don't say watch this, but if you're watching this one, maybe you need to watch pile 1. Yeah. Wow. All right, let's go on with this moon card. Sorry, that really, wow. And there's a friendship here. You're cultivating that. This is also, to me, a call to trust your intuition as well, right? So it's a combination of, honestly, like this moon is a metaphor in a way, if you will, about trusting your deeper self, your higher guidance, that wisdom, that knowledge. It's telling you, it's going to guide you. Go left at the pine stump, cross the creek, slowly now. Now climb up, go on to the boulder. It's that quiet whispering, that nudging that we get, that we sometimes question. But the more that you develop it, the more that you... And I'm whispering on purpose, by the way, in case you're thinking there's something wrong with your audio. I'm being the moon. So get your heart and your ear to listen. I want you to practice being more attentive and to hear more, to be clear, right? Take those proddings. Even if they seem nonsensical, you listen. It says here, identify and engage with what you feel deeply connected to in yourself and the world around you in order to resolve vague longings and clarify your true path. Absolutely. It says that the moon is the only celestial body that revolves around the earth. The moon informs your sense of belonging. You experience its voice as longings for heartfelt, experiential, earthly, human connection. And if you don't tune in clearly to the specific longings of this voice, you may feel only an undifferentiated longing and then seek to fulfill that uncomfortable sense of lack with some go-to gratification, which draw you away from your true path. And then you end up feeling like you've lost your sense of direction. says connection is deeper than consumption. And you can't consume enough food, sex, social media, drugs, whatever it is. This is me now. And you can't distract yourself enough because that hungry hollowness remains. It says when this archetype is drawn, you will benefit from transforming longings into a sense of belonging. Give me one moment, I'm just reviewing this. Yeah, it's that sense of connection and the friendship being offered to you by your intuition, by your inner self, by the moon. That is going to help to direct you on the path. It'll help to orient you and give you direction. It is your compass. Oh. Is this dying? I hope not. I felt like the lighting changed. Okay. Yeah, this is just talking about like your ecological connection, grounding, you know, taking your shoes off, looking up at the sky, enjoying nature, all of that. That's pretty, and then that's funny, or not funny, but then here she is outside grounding, looking up at the sky, spending time in nature, right? So what will this activity bring? What will the following of your voice bring once you release these blocks, the negativity, the self-doubt, move yourself away from the distortion of the mirror? Diamond chakra. There's a diamond chakra. Wheel of fate. Signals time to realign and contemplate. Balance attained. Blessed outcomes ordained. Wow. Let's read that again. The diamond chakra. Okay, Google, where is the diamond chakra? Well, primarily the diamond chakra, he just said, is linked to the crown chakra, but because diamonds can come in all sorts of colors, they're linked to all the chakras. I want to say, okay, sure, fine, but I think the important part here is the diamond chakra linked to the crown chakra. The crown chakra, the way in which we're thinking, normally for me, crown is the downloads we receive from divine, but because it is part of your head, because this is giving it's funny, I was about to say that the negativity was more mental, cerebral, but those could be negative emotions, negative patterns, negative ways of being. So your assignment is to look and see what activities you're participating in, what thought processes, what patterns you have that are negative and not beneficial to you, that actually harm you, and to look at perhaps why you do that, or to start trying to find ways to remove them. And I would suggest that you read Atomic Habits. I'm doing Atomic Habits right now because I want to be more consistent in my business and to make things easier and to only have on my plate the things that I'm interested in wanting to do. And the Atomic Habits helps for you to learn how to layer, right? How to layer habits that are helpful to you. So take a look at that. Take a look at that, releasing negativity and releasing the blocks, because I believe those two are linked. I'm wondering if I need to pull a card for this. To me, it's clear. I love that. And what's interesting though with this mirror, like diamonds are faceted, right? There's different faces of the diamond, and it gives different reflections as well. Blessed outcomes ordained. I love that. What time is it? Okay. Just looking to see if I'm hearing keep going. Okay. Oh, the lion. The lion. Interesting. Hey! That the lion would come out. It's a full moon in Leo. Sometimes I forget, like, what I'm reading for. And then I get like, oh yeah. Okay, lion. Where's the lion? Where did I miss it? Okay, so a lion, what is that going to be? Part of fire. So a lion is fire, okay? And so in this book, it's about expressing heat, transformation, destruction, bestowing life, determination, self-esteem, purifying stories that don't serve us, amplification. Ooh. This lion is about justice. Now, when balanced, it's going to prevail for justice and a willingness to speak up. Part of your releasing of these blocks and the negativity is about you using your voice. Just understand that. It's about you using your voice and following the voice of the moon. When you're in balance, it's a fear of disrupting the order of the old guard, meaning you would stay in the negativity. You would keep the blocks to prevent you from going forward. You would stay off your path. And that's not what you're supposed to do. So what is required to bring things into balance for you in order to release negativity in the blocks is to tune into your essential self, the voice of the moon, and envision a deep intellectual cleansing of, oh my gosh, with this diamond chakra. Tune into your essential self and envision a deep intellectual cleansing of all strong opinions living in your awareness. And I just told you that you need to go back and look at whatever it is, your thought process, your patterns, your indulgences, whatever is not assisting you. Atomic habits to assist in kind of rejigging things, okay? Maybe I need to put some more. Put some more frankincense on the burner. Okay. Very interesting. So, lion is a native ruler of his tribal kingship, the apex predator of his territory. His prominent mane demands authority. His pride is ruled by balance. His message of prudence bellows for all to hear, a clear oracle of justice. He can be heard from miles away, and the force of his sound immortalizes his presence as emperor, Like all great leaders, Lion strives for peace and order within his domain with quick and decisive ferocity of his own innate grace. Lion is present when justice is required. Hardwired within our DNA is the felt experience of fairness and equity. And whatever this negativity and block is, it is not fair, it is not equitable. And fairness and equity is written in our bones. We sense when it's present and when it's missing. This knowing can be obstructed, so that's a block, by the interference of the world. People, places, things, thoughts, habits. And we might talk ourselves out of speaking the truth. I already talked to you about your throat chakra. Because of the false perception that our voice doesn't make a difference. Voice of the moon. Lion invites you to tap into the prevailing potency of his roar when advocating for justice. Okay? And so that advocating, remember earlier I was whispering to you, because that's you practicing learning to hear the voice of the moon, to honor your intuition with your own ear, your own heart, so that at some point in time, as you're going through this, as you're realigning and contemplating and working out your balance, is because your voice is ordained. There's blessing in your voice. There's blessing in you speaking up and being heard. Fairness and equity. And by you doing this, you're going to show someone else how to do it. You're going to show somebody else how to do this. But you're going to go first. I love that. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Speak what you need. Speak what you don't like. And there's a way to honor yourself. You don't have to cuss and carry on. You don't have to do that. You know what? I'm not comfortable with the situation, or for quite some time, I have felt this, and it's really important for me to honor myself and respect my feelings. You can explain, or honey, you can choose just to say no, eh? That works too. What's this? Giving. Ooh, with your right hand. And all of these are right hands. Hold on. Giving. Yeah, these are all right hands because one person is on this side, the other's on this side. So they're all giving, giving, giving. I say that because of the position of the thumb. So someone is giving from this side. This person is giving from this side. And then this person is giving from this side. I say giving, 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 but in the giving there is also receiving, right? All right, so giving. Okay. So this was about transformation. When you release your blocks and release negativity, there's also transformation, but there's a quickening here. There's an ordained authority. I want to go back for 1 second. Time to release negativity. Yep. Move from living fearfully to living joyfully. Grudges are toxic. It says it's time for you to feel all of your feelings, right? And you might be embodying some toxic feelings. People could be toxic to you, you could be toxic to others, and you could be toxic to yourself. And then that first quarter moon, I just want to revisit that one more time. What was that? First quarter moon in Scorpio. Oh, I didn't visit it at all. Yeah, it's saying don't get stuck in one idea and refuse to budge. It says to push through your fears and other negative feelings. You'll need to dig deeper, and I've already touched on that. It says fear blocks us. It says clear toxic feelings around you and don't let pride stop you from showing how dearly you want something. And that it's okay to be vulnerable if you know the people that you're working with are trustworthy. It's also talking about a mental detox. Again, crown. And the stories we tell ourselves. It makes mention of the sacral chakra, which is below your navel. And that has to do with sex, which is interesting because I believe this card here talked about sex. I didn't say it, but it did talk about sex and your feelings. And it's about orange. Hold the card to your lower belly and calm the energies by incanting these words. So energies of the first quarter moon in Scorpio, thank you for helping me to clear out energetic debris so I can fulfill my potential. Your energetic debris could be mental, physical, emotional, financial, relational, right? Clear that out. Make the path clear. Clearing it out is also you clearing your throat chakra so that once you're comfortable following the voice of the moon that's guiding you, you're now able to give voice to it and speak very clearly. Let's get into giving now. All right. When you're in balance, you're flowing, individual, and unique. When you're out of balance, you're stingy and overgiving. It says here, you are here to give generously and to feel pleasure in the very essence of being a human who can transform the world. You know, it's funny. Every single reading out of this pick-a-pile, I just got to say, had to do with the hands. The first one was fingers, which was, I think, attunement. The second one was love, which was the fourth finger. And this one is giving, which is the hand. That's so interesting to me. And this giving, you're giving the negativity, you're giving the blocks, give it to the earth, or give it back to who it belongs to. There's that grounding again. It's that realignment, it's that balancing. And it is fateful for you to do it. It says here that the energy in the right hand is designed to flow and flow fast, giving your gifts to the world. And that's why this mirror, the mirror is part of the block. Look, in order to overcome the mirror, the releasing the negativity and the first quarter moon in Scorpio, you need that. The voice of the moon is part of your diamond chakra, which is downloading to you that it is time to take justice, the lion, into your own hands and change that wheel of fate and help you now better align with who the moon and what the moon is trying to tell you, so that you can give back what is not yours, but also give your gifts to those who they should go to. It says we each have gifts. You have innate talents, abilities, and genius to bring to the world in only the way that you can. And you restrict your gifts when you hold on to them tightly, or you control the way you let others see them, or you dishonor yourself or those around you, or people around you dishonor you and your gifts. The same is true when you give from a depleted state out of coercion, being forced, guilted, bullied, guilt or shame. You're to honor your gifts from a place of what? Alignment, balance. The way you give them is what will spark the change, the transformation. It will ignite revolutions and create space for everyone to flow their gifts in the same way. I told you, you're going first. You're setting the example. This will come from a place of worthiness, pride, powerfully, lovingly, and pleasurably, a wanting to. This is also about being proud of who you are. It says here that giving makes way to being. And what you're giving, because you would have learned it, is inherent worthiness. Worthiness. So they've got a couple of questions here. So when I give from a place of misalignment, how does it feel? And how is it received? So how does it feel to you? And how would the next person receive that? When I give from a place of spirit or energy of alignment, how does it feel and how is that received? And which pathway is most challenging to confront or give from? Worthiness, pride, power, love, or pleasure? Very interesting. I need, I'll be back. I need something to drink. My mouth is really dry. Okay. About to use this stack. Okay. All right. Like there's so much beautiful transformation here, like going from kind of almost like being asleep or misguided to an awakening, a realization, being in connection with yourself, receiving downloads, following the promptings of the Holy Spirit. What else is awaiting here? Because there's freedom as well, right? Devotion unites me with the infinite. And these are like all the chakras. Like it's like full alignment. Was it this card? Hold on, let me just think. Let's read that. Where's that book? Oh, this? Yeah, there we go. Okay, devotion unites me with okay, this is about activation. So page 142. Wow. Okay. I'll just see something here. Now, I believe it was this, it's time to release negativity, was talking about sex and the sacral. So let me confirm that to see the link here. Yeah. So it said here that for some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Your sex life can improve now if you make an effort. Use your magic. You have all you need inside to bring about your desired result. Right? So this card about devotion unites me with the infinite is talking about the alignment of all the chakras, but it's also making mention of the Kundalini. So when we're talking about activate here, this has to do with the rainbow. So it's saying it's a primal force. It's a spark of creation that is at the core of our being. Kundalini is Sanskrit for the word coiled serpent, because it's visualized as a spiral of energy at the center of the root chakra, which is the first chakra. And it's considered to be sleeping a lot of the time, which is interesting because I alluded to the fact that you've been sleeping or quiet or dormant and you're being awoken so that you can follow this path. It's about tuning into the radiant qualities of our being. And remember, we talked about the qualities that you have and the gifts. And it's about the life force moving through the chakra. It's creating a rainbow light that fills the entire energy. And it can be perceived by those who don't consider themselves spiritual. It says these cards help us tune back to why we set out on the path in the first place. Okay, I was just like, where's the card that I had there? It sets us, puts you back on the path that you had in the first place. Because remember, we talked about being misguided. The moon's message was being distorted. So the heart had to listen to what the moon was saying in order to guide you accordingly and to sidestep some of these obstacles. Sometimes you don't even have to remove them. You either ignore them or you work around them. Right? And really this is about, maybe you're on the path, you got sidetracked, you got stuck in blocks, stinking thinking. Maybe you had a lot of hurts that moved you off the path. But here's the thing, you're being reawakened and reactivated. It says here, devotion is the energy of loyalty. It's the feeling of deep gratitude, love, appreciation for something or someone. When we devote ourselves to something spiritual, we break through all the blockages between ourselves and the divine. The mirror, the shard, the distortion is a block. A distortion on how we see ourselves is a block. The reason the devotion is so powerful is because through it, we allow consciousness to become one with whatever our focus is. Blessed outcomes ordained. Time to realign and contemplate. Today, the universe is giving thanks for your gratitude and love. It doesn't seek your devotion, but knows that allows you to unite with the infinite. That's wrong. That's a typo. With the infinite presence within. And that's the energy that can move mountains. That's the energy that can move out negative thinking. That's the energy that can move the blocks. When this card comes to you, whatever you're focusing on, your energy, it's supporting the expansion of your soul. The dedication that you're pouring into your projects is powerful and magnetic. When you are in this ecstatic state, focused state, you are aligned to the highest vibrations and will receive divine transmissions that will take you forward. So again, the divine transmissions from the crown, from the diamond chakra, through the voice of the moon down to you, so that you can sidestep some of the blocks and remove them entirely, so that you can get to your rightful place and continue to give your gifts and talents to the world. My dedication, your dedication to yourself, to being clear, to follow your intuition, and being connected to God, and being balanced, and utilizing your throat chakra and speaking, and having your actions match your talk, is how you show your dedication, which will then be supported by the universe, by God. I don't think there's anything else that I need to pull for this. I hope that you enjoyed the reading. I do. I hope this, can you tell me how it resonated with you, for you? What stood out to you? I'd really appreciate that. I thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, to be here, to share this time together. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Please be sure to check out my previous videos, your comments, if you feel so inclined, even a smiley face, an exclamation point, even just a period. All of that helps these messages get out more. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Take care. Till next time, love is patient, and remember, be blessed and be a blessing.